Participants, I am your presenter, Moises Vargas, and I am with MV Technologies. And today's training module is how to give any image a transparent background using PowerPoint. And today we are using PowerPoint for Mac, since most of you, if not all of you, already have a MacBook that was provided by your school district. Before we get started, I want to go ahead and provide you my email, which is listed at the bottom of this slide. My email is moises.vargas01@utrgv.edu. Just in case you have any questions for me, I can go ahead and email you back pretty quickly. So our instructional goal for today is to gain the ability to give any image a transparent background. And the performance objective is, upon the completion of this training module, you will have a greater understanding of how to give any image a transparent background. This will be measured by the participant scoring 4 out of 5 questions correct on the post-training assessment, and that assessment can be found at the bottom of this webpage. There is a big button icon that says Launch Assessment here. The prerequisites to this course, just in case you weren't able to read them on our homepage, you must know the basic operational skills for a computer or laptop and the basic knowledge of how to use Microsoft PowerPoint. The participant should also know how to search for images on the internet in case there's an image that you want from, say, Google or Safari. The participant should also know how to either upload an image from their laptop or computer, or how to drag and add an image to a slide. For example, today I will be dragging images from my desktop straight onto my presentation. So, before I get started, I want to give you the why I think this training module is beneficial to you as teachers. I am actually a teacher myself, and I love creating activities on my Google Classroom or on my Seesaw account for my students. And a lot of the times I want a specific picture from, say, Google Images, but that image, most of the time, if not all the time, has a background attached to it, but I do not want that background. I want a transparent image, just like the one you see on the screen here. So I learned this method a while back, and I have not stopped using it since then. To me, it is so easy to use, and I think that you're going to think the same because the steps are so simple. So before we get started, I want to show you what an image with a transparent background looks like. So right here we have an image. This is actually an Animal Crossing friend, if you are familiar with that game. And I know this has a transparent background because, number one, I can see everything that I'm moving behind this image, and it actually provided us with a black square so that we can do a check of every image that we make a transparent today. So when I drag our image here into this box, you can see that there's no real outline or an image surrounding the box of the image. So this is what a transparent image already looks like. So I'm going to go ahead and place that image right here in this corner, and I'm going to find an image to show you our first example. So right here I have a picture of a pumpkin, and this pumpkin has a white background. I want to get rid of that background. So before we get started, I will show you that this does have a background by dragging it into the black box. We cannot see the black box, so this does have a background. So here's our very first step. Click on our image. Make sure that picture format has been activated, and you can see these options on your screen. And PowerPoint makes it really for us to find how to remove the background, because it is actually the first option on your top left hand side. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Remove Background. That is our next step here, Remove Background. And right away I see a lot of purple pop up. This image actually is a fairly easy one because it does have a white background, and PowerPoint does a really great job of removing white backgrounds pretty quickly. So as you see, this purple is what's going to be erased. Anything that is colored purple will be eliminated. It will be gone. So I like to always zoom into my image to really investigate to make sure that what I want to be gone is going to be gone. So that looks just about right. We also have buttons up here, mark areas to keep, mark areas to remove, discard any changes just in case I really mess up, and to keep the changes. So for this specific image, I actually don't need to use any of these first three. I'm going to go ahead and just click keep image. And just like that, I have my first image that has a transparent background, and I'm going to go ahead and check that by dragging it into our black square. And there you have it, folks. Very simple, very easy. This image now has a transparent background, and now I'm going to save this image to my desktop. So I'm going to double click and click on Save as Picture. And the really big key thing to notice here is the .png at the end. So I'm going to title this image pumpkin .png and save as PNG, so that way I can keep that transparent background and use this image wherever I'd like. So I'm going to go ahead and just save that, and it is now in my desktop. So you might be thinking, not every image has a white background, and you are correct. I'm going to show you now an image that has a very active background. This image is an image of a school bus, and as you can see, there's greenery, there's a gray road, and there's a blue sky. So first things first, I want to think, what is PowerPoint going to think is what I want to keep? And right off the bat, I can tell you it's probably going to think that this bus is what I want to keep. And that's correct. I want that bus because it's a central part of the image. So I clicked it. Picture format is already there for me. Remove background. And there you have it. A lot of the purple is what's going to be deleted. But as I zoom in, I notice I don't want to remove the shirt. I want to keep that shirt. So finally, I get to use these buttons up top here. I'm going to click on Mark Areas to Keep because I want to keep the shirt. So I'm just going to simple as a click, and there you have it. She now has her shirt back on, the driver, and this clip art. And I don't want any of this in the background. I only want to keep the bus. So I'm going to click on Keep Changes, and again, just like that, we have a transparent image. Let's go ahead and do our check. And we sure do. We have a transparent image of a bus now, which is amazing. And as you saw, that was fairly easy. For the sake of time, I'm not going to save every image that I change. I have one more kind of image to show you. And this is an image with green, because sometimes green is very hard for PowerPoint to detect when it comes to having a white background and green, just because of the whole green screen situation that technology uses nowadays. So I'm going to go ahead and once again click on our image. Picture format is already automatically activated. Remove background. And just as suspected, there's parts that turn purple that I actually want to keep. I don't want to get rid of that because remember, if it's purple, it will be erased. So I want to again click areas to keep. Mark areas to keep. I'm going to click there, do a little click here, there. Just a little piece right there and another piece right there. So that looks pretty good to me. I'm going to go ahead and keep changes. And again, it is that easy. And again, I check it and there you go. It has a transparent background. So within a few minutes, I made 1, 2, 3 images transparent. And I can save again these images to my desktop. A really cool tip that I have for you is to actually build a repertoire of images that you give transparent backgrounds to. That way you don't have to save every single image to your computer. MacBook is really awesome tool where you can just drag an image to another either website or web page, and the image will be automatically added on there. Just drag and drop. So that way you don't have to save every image to your computer. And those were 3 examples that I had for you. Let's go ahead and wrap our training module up. Just a few things to remember, some helpful tips. To give any image a transparent background, you can use Microsoft PowerPoint. From my knowledge, no other Microsoft software can do this. You can't really do this on Word or Excel. Actually, you can't do it at all. And remember that after adding an image to PowerPoint, make sure to click on that image so that you can activate picture format. And after clicking the image and you click on picture format, you can then click remove background. And then you can click on what areas you want to keep, what you want to remove. Just keep in mind that purple is what's going to be erased. And that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for joining into this training module. Please stay tuned for tomorrow's training module in order to get your certificate for this module, make sure that you launch the assessment and you show mastery by scoring at least 4 out of 5 questions correct. So if you scroll down to the bottom of this page, there is a big button icon that says Launch Assessment. Click there and it'll directly send you to the link that you need to be on. And just remember, if you have any questions, go ahead and email me to moises.vargas01@utrgv.edu. Thanks for tuning in with me tonight, friends. Have a good one. Goodbye.